gotta be animated adventure?
Animated, anything.
Okay. So today we're gonna be doing our pick for top 5
Adventure!
adventures out there. Adventure movies. Now, this was a pretty difficult list to come up with because
There's so many subgenres.
There's so many subgenres that fall under adventure, but we kind of focused on the specific. Basically, what is an adventure? It's a story that's going to take you globe trotting. It's going to have great historical meaning to it. Just a great adventure. I mean, it's hard to break it down. But
really hard to break it down.
I know you had a hard time with this one. I had a little bit easier time, but I know you had a difficult time.
I did. I really did.
My number 5 Adventures Out There movie is 1999's The Mummy with Brendan Fraser and Arnold.
That man is gorgeous in that movie. I had an action figure. Not gonna lie.
I know you were a Brendan Fraser fan for that one. Great adventure movie because, you go to a land, like a faraway land, and, the story just takes you there, and you really want to follow these characters. What?
Just say faraway land. It's Egypt.
It's far from here.
My mind, I was like, a faraway land. I was like...
It is on the other side of the world.
I know, but that doesn't seem that far away to me when you're like, a far, far away land.
It's far from here. Anyway, so great storytelling. Fantastic CGI for the time. I
think it still holds up.
Yeah, to me it still holds up. Forgive me if I get his name wrong, but Arnold Vosloo. Anyway, the actor who plays the Mummy, perfect. I loved him as the Mummy.
My number 5 is 1993 Jurassic Park, the original. Love it.
That's a movie that can fall under many categories, but
definitely.
It is a great adventure flick.
Oh, I love it so much. Can't think of the word. Their profession. I have it on the tip of my tongue.
Paleontologist? That's for dinosaurs? Someone who studies dinosaurs is a paleontologist.
Thank you.
And she is I believe,
the more you know.
A botanist.
Yes, it made me very interested in bones. If that makes sense.
Out of that everything in that... For me, and I feel for most people, what you come out of that movie loving is, hey, dinosaurs are cool, but yours is bones.
I like that.
Okay.
Well, that was the original thing that grasped me and then grabbed me. Even the CGI holds up to today, in my opinion. Not the retouched version, because I think that's when they took it a little too far.
Yeah.
But I think I still have it on VHS. It still holds up. I love it.
Yeah, the mixture of...
And the adventure you go on with those characters.
And it's like, every character, too, has a different type of adventure, in a sense. It's like, Dr. Grant has, he has the kids, and it's a man who doesn't even like kids, but, it's like he's on this...
He has to keep them alive.
He's on this journey back to get back to the headquarters with these kids, and it's like the kids even have their own little mini adventure when they're in the kitchen. Yeah. My number 4, and a lot of people are probably gonna wonder why I put this so high up on the list, is actually Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I love Raiders of the Lost Ark, love Temple of Doom, Crystal Skull, but
let's not even talk about that.
Yeah, right. It doesn't even exist. Last Crusade, though, I loved it because Sean Connery's in it, but you got Indiana Jones, you got Sean Connery as Henry Jones Sr., his father. Just that whole dynamic is pure comedy joy, and the story too, the Holy Grail and this quest to recover it before the Nazis do, and it's
one of the oldest adventures.
Yeah, it's one of those legends, if you will, the first Crusades. I think everyone to a certain point is interested in the Holy Wars and the...
Well, my number 4 is actually your number 5, which is The Mummy. Brendan Fraser, that man. tall glass of water back in his day. And I also have a big passion for mummies and
monsters.
Yeah. But to me, I saw the original Mummy way back when I was a kid. And
Boris Karloff's Mummy?
Yes.
Okay.
And to me, this was like, okay, I'm going to see a remake, and I was totally worried about how they were going to do it. Because, The Mummy is a horror film, and they turned it into an adventure film. And, to me, I'm going to even say it, I like all of them. But I love it. I mean, I love the whole dynamic, and even what is his name? He was the Magi.
The Messiah or the Magi?
Yeah, I can't think of. No, I can't think of the character's name.
Oh, the guy with the black hair, the long black hair, and the tattoos on his face.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I should have said that. That might have helped.
I don't know the actor's name either.
But he was also in Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
But yeah, I like every character. I thought was, even the brother. I thought all of them. Great. I thought all of them did great, and to me, I've always loved the Mummy story, so I was really intrigued on how they did it.
My number 3, I don't think you've seen it. Maybe you have. I think maybe you've seen a little bit of it. It's actually Operation Condor, Armor of God 2. It's a 1991, I believe. It's a Jackie Chan film.
That might explain why I haven't seen
that it. That is I almost put this like number 1. It's a great adventure film. It's like China's answer to Indiana Jones in
with Jackie Chan?
With Jackie Chan. It's a fantastic movie. It starts off with him going to find like these emeralds, I believe, in the rainforest, in the ancient rainforest.
Ancient rainforest.
Right? It is ancient. It is old. But to me, that's a great globetrotting film because, he goes from like the rainforest to, I believe, Germany. Then from Germany, he's in the Sahara looking for this ancient, well, not, I always want to say ancient. Not ancient. He's looking for Nazi gold that was hidden in like
ancient Nazi gold.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
In a bunker in the middle of the Sahara Desert. Hey, if you want a great adventure movie, just go with the Nazi thing, man. Everyone seems to do it. It's to me, it's Jackie Chan's best movie ever.
Never heard of it. So mine, in my personal opinion, is better than yours. The Goonies.
That's a great
Goonies never say die, and to me,
it's a great one. It's a good one.
I love it mostly because every kid wants to go on an adventure like that.
Definitely.
To go find Pirate's treasure and actually find it, like, holy shnight. I fell in love with it when I first saw it as a kid, and I've watched it probably 40 times since. I love it so much. Like...
No, it's a great movie.
Yeah. But yeah, Goonies, I mean...
Yeah, you can't go wrong with
you
Goonies.
You really
Sure.
can't. When you think of adventure, it's like that, to me, that's what you would think of. Like a bunch of kids looking for pirate treasure.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, so my number 2, again, falls under a lot of categories, but that would be 1963's From Russia with Love, the second James Bond movie ever made.
I think every James Bond movie could be an adventure movie.
It really can. To me, that is, that's my favorite James Bond movie ever made. The story is fantastic. You got a Russian spy who, she's being manipulated through Spectre, and that she's going to give up this decoding device, and James Bond knows it's a trap, but he does it anyway. Get to Istanbul, find this girl, get her back to London with the Lecter device, and that's it. And that's really all the mission is, but the adventure is him making it way back. Got Robert Shaw's Red Grant, who is probably one of the best henchmen / villains in James Bond movie history. The guy's just so physically big. He is basically James Bond. He's basically the mirror image of James Bond. They're both deadly. They're both strong. They both can fight. They're both killers. And still to this day, I say the fight between them on the Orient The Orient Express is probably the most realistic, best fight scene in James Bond movie history. The only one I can see possibly standing up to it would be the fight between Patrice and Bond in Skyfall.
My number 2, 1995, Jumanji.
That's a good one.
I love
Kinda
board
hurt.
games.
I'm kind of hurt that they're gonna redo it. Don't know how to feel about it.
I really don't know how to feel about it either. I'm torn. Mostly don't like it at this point, but we'll see. Maybe I can be turned. I'll let you know. Huge Robin Williams fan, which I'm sure a lot of people
I'll
are.
say if you're a child of the 90s, or if you grew up in the 90s, and I'm not talking about people who are born like in 97, 98, but if you were like a legit child
of the 90s,
growing up in the 90s, you know Robin Williams was like God when it comes to like comedy movies.
Yeah.
Everything he did was great.
The whole aspect of, I love board games and I do love video games and I love being transported, and Jumanji for me as a kid was, you are really playing this game and everything that happens. I mean, I even got the board game myself, but it was very disappointing. Nothing happened.
Well, yeah.
But to me, like that, like any kid that plays a board game or like, you know, plays a video game, you're like, you want to be transported into that. And so Jumanji to me was, everything that you do really has a consequence. So, you know, even when you try to cheat the game, you turn into a little monkey boy. Like,
Moral of the story, don't cheat at anything, or else you turn into a monkey. Alright, so my number 1, I think a lot of people will have this on their list, Lawrence of Arabia. That's the epitome of adventure.
That's the definition of adventure.
Yeah, like if you had adventure in the dictionary, you would have Lawrence of Arabia next to it. But Lawrence of Arabia, and what makes this movie great, first of all, it's probably one of the greatest movies ever made. Love it. I mean, it's almost I think it's a 4-hour movie. I could sit down and watch it always. But what I love about it is that it's this great adventure, but then you remember it's also true. Like this man really, T.E. Lawrence did exist. He was Lawrence of Arabia. This guy really fought in these wars, really led a nation to independence. Well, tried to get them independence. I mean, Peter O'Toole as Lawrence of Arabia, perfect casting, and I think it was only like his second or third movie he ever did. Like, Jesus.
Yeah,
that speaks to his greatness. And obviously the greatest adventure movie ever made.
In your opinion.
In my opinion.
Mine, totally opposite. Yours is very real. Mine's total fantasy. Hook, 1991. Like, another...
Love it.
Another Robin Williams. But, I mean...
That was when did Jumanji came out in, 91 as well?
I think it came out in my notes. 1995.
95, okay. I'll say, if it was 91, man, that guy was on fire that year.
I think it's a great... Because it's almost like a realistic version of Peter Pan. And it takes you...
It is a realistic version. Because it's real people. I know what you're saying. Go for it.
I'm going to hurt you.
Okay.
So, I love how it shows what would happen if Peter Pan chose a normal life with, you know, Wendy. But he didn't choose it with Wendy. He chose it with Wendy's granddaughter?
Granddaughter, yes.
And it shows, like, you know, forgetting child innocence and then having to go back as an adult and kind of re-find yourself and, you know, find the kid inside you again. And I mean, you got Robin Williams, Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell. I mean, she did good. She did good. I got on board. What's his name? Dave?
As Hook?
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman.
Who better to play Hook than Dustin Hoffman? I mean, he's perfect.
Right? And then you have, a lot of people don't know, but even Helen... Is it Helen? Cruella DeVille in the...
You mean Glenn Close? A lot of people don't know that Glenn Close plays the pirate who gets stuck in the chest and they drop scorpions in it. That's actually Glenn Close. At some point in your life, you do have to grow up, but you can always find your way back to like your childhood and remember the fun times and the innocence that you had as a child. And you know, you grow up and you have a life and your whole life becomes about work, and you know, you forget family and the simple important things in life, like your son's baseball game or your daughter's little recital. It's the simple things in life that you have to really treasure and live for. Anyway, so yeah, those are our lists. Let us know what your guys' list would be. I mean, again, a lot of different movies fall under adventures, so let us know what you guys think.